Okay, it's 9 a.m. October 5th, 2011, Wednesday. I just got wind of this because I don't really watch mainstream news, but I just got wind of this. My husband just called me and let me know. And I'll post this link along with in the description thingy. Basically, it says former teacher sentenced for sex with student. Okay, she was a science teacher in one of the suburbs of Cleveland, and she was charged with aggravated assault, and she surrendered her teaching license for life. What happened was, let's see, she had a secret relationship with an 18-year-old boy, which is forbidden by Ohio law, regardless of age, which is bull. It says, says that she waited until the student turned 18 and then set up a rendezvous with him at a hotel. Okay, fine, you want to charge her with, inappropriate conduct that is unbecoming of a teacher or whatever kind of charge or whatever, fine. Charge her with that. Charge her with basically being a dumbass. Charge her with, I don't know, not knowing how to keep her pants on. I don't know, but I mean, the kid was 18. Granted, he was still in high school, which she should have waited until he was well out of high school. But, I used to think that one of the top male fantasies was, aside from, a threesome with two chicks, which seems to be the common theme or whatever, whenever I've asked guys what their number one fantasy is. I've also had guys tell me, threesome's cliche, I would want to bang one of my high school teachers. And it's like, what, the age that you are now or the age you were then? And I get mixed responses, I never really had crushes on my teachers, so I can't really relate to that. I mean, I did have a crush on a lifeguard once. He was pretty cute. But I never said anything to him. I never did anything, He looked kind of like Bryan Adams. I think that's why I had a crush on him. But nothing happened. He didn't even know that I existed, I don't think. And, it's just really dumb that the court system has to be that involved in something like that. I come from the stance of, okay, she waited until he was 18. Granted, he was still in high school, so shame on her. She should have waited until he was well out of high school. But have her surrender her teaching certificate and, sentence her to 6 months in prison, and then she's going to be on probation for 3 years, and she has to register as a sex offender. Yeah, that's going to kill her chances of getting a good job again. And so she should have thought about these things a little bit more clearly. I sound kind of like a hypocrite when I say that she should have thought about what she did before she did it, because I've been known as being a very impulsive person. But when it comes to major decisions that could affect the rest of your life, I tend to be very hesitant about. For example, for like the last almost 8 years or so, I've been wanting to move out of this state. And, and there's so many factors that are holding me to this state. But as soon as those factors aren't there anymore, I may move. And it's not anything personal to the state that I grew up in. It's just that I never thought that I would actually stay in this state. I kind of figured I would come by, visit, and be gone and go somewhere else. And but this is how corrupt the court system is they spend so much time on little cases like this, and it gets blown into the media. For what? You know, now this chick is going to be forever known as, the hot for teacher or whatever, and I don't know, it's just really dumb. I mean, it's like when I was 18, I fooled around with guys that were, about 20 years older than me. Is that a crime? No. I chose of my own free will, and they chose of their own free will. And then when I was older, I was propositioned by someone, and then they lied about their age initially. And then when they finally told me how old they were, I was like, well, I still don't believe you, so I'm going to card you. And, so I carded them, and still nothing happened, because I was like, no, you're too young. You may be of age legally, but mentally, I don't think you could handle this. And I walked away. And, that was probably a really smart move on my part, because even though I'm not a teacher, they could probably still nail me with some kind of crime, saying that I nailed an 18-year-old, so that makes me a freak. I mean, I was, 27 back then? I was a little bit older than this chick. I had the opportunity to nail an 18-year-old, and I was like, no, I'll pass. And it wasn't really like me, contemplating, how it may or may not affect my life. It was more like, is he worth my time? Not really. He's young, go on, go play with your friends kind of thing. And I don't know, I just think the whole thing is retarded. I really do. And now they're saying that, let's see, the prosecutor says, certainly he's very concerned about being able to put this all behind him. He doesn't want to be that guy. He went to school in efforts to be able to put this behind him and not have that be part of his life. What kind of guy is this? I mean, was he sitting there going, oh, she came on to me and I feel so violated? No, he was probably bragging with his friends saying, hey, I scored a teacher. I mean, think about it. Oh my God, I mean, when it happened, okay, this is the double standard. It's stupid and it's illogical, but this is the double standard. If a male teacher comes on to a female teacher, that's sexual harassment. But if it's the reverse, if it's a female teacher hitting on a male student, supposedly that is, a fantasy. It's fodder for porn. It's, it evokes all of these like sexy, hot, whatever opinions. And, it sucks, but that's just how the society is, that, that it's sexy for females to, sexually harass males. And, I find the whole thing fucking retarded, because he was 18 years old. By law, that makes him, what? An adult, right? So, and it says right there that she waited until he turned 18. Now, excuse me, but that leads me to think that, she was willing to wait until he was legal. I mean, in the heat of passion, people don't tend to think that constructively and go, hey, I'm going to wait until you're 18. No, they usually just jump for it, and it turns into a big mess. And I just think that it's just, I think it's just crazy. But let me know what you guys think, okay? Put your comments in the comment thingy, just let me know, okay? And rock on.